So I'm continuing my look at new releases. I'm going to go through a bunch of new releases that came out in February. I can't keep pace with all of them, so I'm just choosing a selection. I will list some of the other albums, but I can't do them all. We've had over 100. So let's get started with some selections from February of this year. So, Automatic by the Lumineers. I actually did an EP of theirs last year, found them quite interesting. Uh, this is their fifth album, and it's a multi textured collection of songs that shows that their evolution, while retaining their signature sound, is becoming more and more ear-catching. Critics praise this album for its vivid imagination, heartfelt lyrics, and introspective themes, even while acknowledging the band's vulnerability. Some find the arrangement sparse, while others appreciate the album's emotional depth and the band's ability to explore themes like mental health and fame. Second up is an album called Luminiscent Creatures from a Japanese folk singer, songwriter, and her name is Ichiko aokbba. It provides an intricate blend of classical guitar, acoustic folk. It's actually got a lovely tone to it. However, it's not really my cup of tea for listeners who specialise in this type of style, music style. But I'm going to include uh, examples of the needle drops for those listeners coming in on Rumble. Next one I want to talk about briefly is by an artist called Matt Berry, and it's called Heard Noises. Now, amazingly, this alternative rock artist has been making music for well over 30 years, and I'd never heard of him. Uh, so it was a very surprising and nourishing listen. Uh, Psychedelic it is in here. We also hear vocal choirs on some tracks, swirling waves of effects, piercing guitar solos, and oscillating synthesizers. And it also swerves into folk rock, retro soul, and space rock with equal aplomb. Really enjoyed this and have gone back to explore some of his back catalogue. So there's a lot to listen to here, but he's certainly got great musical arrangements, and I like that glimmering synth style. So there we have it. Wonderful piece of music by Matt Berry. Next up is Cowards. This is by the UK post-punk band called Squid. Now, I avoided this band up until this album. Uh, they were somewhat of a noise, really, and too connected to the punk era. But this one, I was well impressed by. They've developed considerably, and they've come on in huge chunks. Their debut came out in 2021, but this one, well, when I heard the Spanish guitar, acoustic guitar style on the second track, I knew I was in for something special. The arrangements here are surprisingly ornate, bordering on chamber pop. There is a heavier reliance on acoustic instrumentations, strings, brass, and the odd percussion as well. And I'd thoroughly recommend this one. It's called Cowards, it's by Squid. Next, we have an album by the Moles called Composition Book. This utilises the skills of one Malcolm Travis on drums, coupled with pedal steel guitar player and vocalist Sue Metro, bassist Dave Gold and vocalist Caroline Shutt and Catherine Point Dexter make up the band. And one critic commented that the songs sounded like first takes. They didn't impress me that much either. Uh, but that's because the quantity of indie style bands is uh, far too many to keep pace with. The War and the Treaty, Opus 1. This is the fourth album by this band. They did have a couple of Grammy nominations uh, for their third. A couple of years back, uh, they were into country rock, but this has a blues edge to it and also soul feel. And so my ears pricked up a bit more to this one.